Let's start off pretending like we're gangsters, Kevin. Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, there it is. 11 seconds. Is that a new record?
Ah,
Woo!
shucks. Oh, shucks.
To the Safe for Work. Thank God it's Sunday. Welcome, crew.
What up, everybody?
To see ya.
Let's let everybody get in here. Don't want to be accused of being late or early.
Get in here.
So we're giving you a buffer.
We should just put up a starting soon thing and like just let that run for 20 minutes.
I hate that shit.
Me too.
No, I mean, I'll be honest. I absolutely hate that shit. Like, it depends. I don't mind like a little. I actually love a little hype right at the beginning, you know, like a little cosmic drive at the beginning to get us started. I love that. But like we're here and we're like still, it's not like it's not like backstage or something. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people treat it that way. Even they'll plug in their mic, they'll do whatever, and it's just music playing over a waiting screen. And they'll let it go for some people will do one song. Some people will do 3 songs. Some people will do a fucking half an hour before
there's AI loop. So it's like the same song 10 times. It's great.
Yeah, and that is where it gets a little too much, okay? I feel like if you're here and you got a guy that makes music like we do here on the Clout Route, okay? And it's readily available that we want to hype up. I can pull it up and we can play it at the beginning and we can have a little fun with it. That I feel like above board. Good game. But if you've got like my dumb face up here, just like blinking for 10 minutes, a screen of that, me smiling or something.
Can you do the Jurassic Park? Like, that I think would be like, I'd watch 10 minutes of that.
Yeah. 10 minutes of, what song would we play? I want this shit for the Forever, the Drake song that Steven Crowder did.
Yep. That's
May
the
not
one.
mean nothing to ya. And it's just got my dumb fucking face up here.
Yes, dude.
For 20 minutes, actually.
With like a vaporwave tunnel in the background, so it looks like it's moving. So you got like neon lighting behind you and stuff.
Yeah, like it looks like I'm moving through the Tron universe.
And for some reason, you're wearing 3D movie glasses, so you got the red and blue lens.
We've already got this figured out.
Oh, dude.
Best intro to any
Clout Route after dark. Let's go. Show starts at 11:30, but the stream will start at 11. You get 30 minutes of that shit.
30-minute hype, baby.
For those looking for some lo-fi bedtime beats before the show gets started, what up?
So this is episode, what are we looking at today? It is 38, boy.
Boom. Yeah.
38 episodes of the old shout out, and Tuesday will be 100 episodes of the old podcast. So you better tune in for Tuesday as well. If you're here, we're reminding you now, Tuesday is a big one. 100.
Huge.
Hit it or quit it is what I say. And we don't want you to quit it. So you got to definitely hit it. Right?
Yes. If you're gonna quit it, just leave a like on the way out and hit the subscribe button.
Yeah.
You can just ignore us.
And then quit it?
Yeah, I want to. Okay. Yeah, just all about the numbers for me, man. You know, I don't really care about building a community and having a good time on stream. I am Dark Side Phil, baby. Let's go.
You're fucking Killdozer Kev. What is this?
Ooh.
Apologize to our fans.
Everybody else, you know, a lot of people lie and say they're here to build a community. I thought it'd be funny to say my lie, which is that I don't give a damn about any of you guys. I'm in it for the clout cash, baby. We got all that. Yeah. I'm been secretly siphoning the Patreon money. All right, I'm gonna quit this bit before I cost Danny all of the patrons. Okay, it was just a joke, guys. I'm just kidding. I clearly appreciate the Clout crew. I hope How was that, Danny? Did you believe me there for a second?
You've
Was
been
that capable?
I believe you've been in this game for the fame since the beginning, Kevin. Honestly, it's like
Switching
I knew what I knew what you were up to since the beginning. Okay, as soon as we get 300 people in here, it's all of a sudden fucking. Now Kevin's like, fuck the fans. I knew it. No,
We
no,
gotta have a
Kevin.
heel, I realized. We don't have enough of our dynamic. We need, like, a good guy, bad guy. So,
Okay. You get to be the bad guy this time around. It's
I
usually
think
me.
so.
They're like, Kevin's so hot or whatever. And they're like, Danny's a fuck. It's something like that usually. So I like it if the tables are turned. That's fine.
You know
Kevin can be the fan hater. I
yeah.
love the fans. Okay. Almost too much. So much, in fact, that they turn on me and they
Oh, no.
and then I get fucked. So
Yeah, they
like
pretend to like me for months just as a rib to Danny, you know?
we're polar opposites on that in that field, aren't we? Of course, we're joking.
No, yeah. I love the crew, you
No,
know?
I know we do. We both do. We've got a good group out there. So
I even love the lurkers, you know?
yeah, you do say that more than I do. So I really
See?
believe that. Oh, thanks.
Only a snake.
Hey, bring it up.
What up, Brandon?
Yeah, we love it. What up, Brandon? Yeah, I'll take all the compliments. Give me them all. I'm fine with that. The first thing I wanted to open with though today, besides your lovely music, we were just having this musical debate. Should we open on music? I was struggling not to open on this banger, but I decided Kevin's music's actually better. But
I got one.
we'll be watching this on Beavis and Butthead on Patreon at some point. So if you like music videos and you want to hear what me and Kevin say about them, that's what we do over there. So go check us out on Patreon if you want some of that. But we can do a snippet, okay? We cannot miss on the show with the audience right here. Ben Shapiro's latest fucking bars.
Oh,
Bars, baby.
so excited.
So here now, there's a lot of people. Now, Ben Shapiro obviously is on Twitter right now taking claim for being #1 rapper on iTunes or whatever, blah, blah. He's really leaning into it. It's kind of funny. Go check that out if you're interested in Ben Shapiro. But there are a lot of people that are speculating this is AI. I've heard everyone almost that have spoken on the whole Ben Shapiro rap here, everyone that I watch at least. The first thing that they say is like, Ben maybe gave this guy the go ahead, but I think this is AI. He might have said like, yeah, you can use me, but this is AI.
That's the first thing I thought when I saw this photo. I was like, "Is this?"
Right?
I was like, "Did Ben really get an AI of himself? What did he? He didn't want to get in the studio for this."
Count his fingers, make sure all the spelling is correct. We're looking good. But yeah, check this out, Kevin. I want you to just hear a little snippet from old Ben here. Benny boy. AI Ben, potentially.
Let's go, Ben.
Let me turn it up just a tad. Might be too loud. We'll see.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison. I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are.
You're going to prison. I'm on television. Okay.
Ben, I've got some beats that you can work on, man. I've got plenty.
That's pretty good for Shapiro, dude. That's why I'm saying I think it's AI. I don't think he's got the balls to fucking you joke about my yarmulke or whatever he said. Fucking
Was that in there? He was like, that dude. I haven't heard a rapper that good since Twista. You remember that guy?
He says something like,
He can say things really fast.
No, homie, it's a yarmulke, no cap or something.
Oh, dude, that's good. I like that one. Well done, Ben. He's just so good. Is this AI? I think so. What up, Disco Diggs?
Hey, he got that from our awesome counterparts in France. Did I show you this AI? I don't think I did.
Ooh, you know, the motherland, baby.
I always do a nice little AI image for the show when I'm sending out the pre-stream links, okay? And today's was our French counterparts. Have you seen these guys?
Dude, I love that sweater. Why do we look like two different
Why do we look like
90s comedians or something? I don't know. Like that sweater. I'm calling dibs on the guy on the left because that is a legit sweater. And I guess that's a Teddy. That could be Teddy Fresh on the right.
Yeah,
I feel like
honestly,
that,
the AI knows.
you know, it's kind of on point here.
I didn't think about that. I was gonna say, you know, the French clout out here are not beating the allegations here with this child in front of them as their
Yeah, especially now with that choice of glasses.
yeah, I mean, real chomo vibes. If there ever were, like, what? She's like, oh, what am I doing here with these two old bald guys?
And when you're a bald guy, like my guy, he's got the 5 o'clock shadow for his horseshoe. You just put a fucking hat on, all right? If you don't have time to shave your head, you don't go out looking like that if you're younger than 50, especially not when you have Harry Carey glasses like that, because you are just asking to be stop and frisked by a cop, you know, if you walk just in the vicinity of a school looking like that.
They're white.
Serious bad vibes, all right? So no, I don't know. Although I would like to know where the AI got that sweater, Danny. I'm very interested in that.
Teddyfresh.com.
Oh, they went to AI. Oh, that's better. It's better than stealing designs. I think that's good.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But let's get into the show. Okay, we've got a lot to talk about today. Vince McMahon. Kevin's got all the the juicy deeds.
Oh, juicy's the bad word to pick for that.
Juicy, moist, damp, dirty deets. Okay, dirty deets, done dirt cheap.
Yeah, that's part of the problem, I think. Yeah.
So Vince McMahon is on the dock today. Can't wait to talk about that. Also, his prodigy Logan Paul, a big topic on the show tonight. LP baby. What else? A lot of Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj getting in some beefs. Speaking of which, let me show you this. So we had the Ben Shapiro banger verse there, and like I said, he's been going off on Twitter about like everybody he passed on the poll on the top 100 or whatever. He's like tagging them at, you know, Eminem, fuck you, dude. I'm a better rapper than you. And then, you know, at whoever, I'm better than you, blah blah blah. He's been doing this.
Poor man. Wow. Yeah, he is. He's in the rap game now. It's official.
The fame has went to his head very quickly, you know, that quickly.
I never would have seen that coming with him.
Hours, in fact. His AI rap verse has sent him into fucking orbit with his, now he has street cred. Oh, but check this out. Nicki Minaj. Ben Shapiro put out a diss record. He said his comment sections are filled with woke Karens. The song is #1 on US iTunes. What is happening? And who is the other man rapping? Is this real life? He said, Nicki, take some notes. Nah.
Wow. I think, who was the other guy rapping? Was that Tom Hanks's third child?
No. He's the heir to the McDonald's $1 billion you know. He's the heir to McDonald's. Tom McDonald himself, Canadian born man.
Oh, I was gonna say he's like Ray Crockett's grandkid. What are we? Oh, but he was one of the.
No.
So he's not worth shit. Then he doesn't have any money.
He's just some Canadian guy named Tom McDonald. I tried to make a McDonald's joke, but I couldn't think of another word for heir to the money. What do you
That's
say?
usually the best one. Heir.
Heir to the what am I saying
Throne.
though? Heir to the throne. That's not the throne. Heir
I
to the
mean, it
money.
kind of
Heir
is.
to the heir to the estate. I don't know. What
Oh,
the
there
fuck?
it is. Yeah.
There it is. I
Yeah.
got there eventually.
Like and subscribe, guys. Brandon says Ben would get the spanking he is so desperate for. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, from any of these people. Getting spanked.
Did Nicki just dox someone? I don't know.
Didn't Nicki just dox someone? Probably.
Diggs would like us to unban
Ban
hashish. I don't know that hashish is banned, but
I have to actually get into YouTube and fucking diddle around in some shit to that's what I said. Diddle around with some shit to unban someone. So whatever. I'll unban hashish as long as you don't make threats in my chat or something. I don't care. Whatever. What do I care? Okay. Somebody obviously banned him for a reason, though. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
So, it's not too long before one of our mods is like, oh, ban again. So, I mean, as long as he's on good behavior, I guess.
Yeah, so I didn't even know he was banned. So
it's up to the mods.
Yeah, I was gonna say he can get unbanned. It's not going to guarantee that the mods won't swipe it again.
Yeah.
Get with that Dikembe Mutombo finger wag. No
promises for me. But yeah, I'll check that out after. Maybe it's episode 100 next episode, so maybe I'll just make a purge. Okay, we'll do a purge.
No, there's already like 6 of them, Danny. Let's let that movie franchise die. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna start murdering my neighbors first, and then I'm just kidding. We might get banned.
Whoa, hey.
If I make jokes like that,
hang on.
Roll it back.
Let's pull up Chat GPT real quick. We are sorry.
No death threats. See, why am I banning hashish in chat when I'm saying shit like this on the show?
Yeah, look out. You got to unban it. You got mass unbanning now, you terrorist. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that word. Sorry.
Yeah, we're on some list now.
If you want to see this in the future, you should probably subscribe to Patreon because I think we said 2 out of 3 no words already.
What's the other one? I had to say something like at FBI, Alex Jones, Deep State,
Cloud people.
Yeah, one of those. We'll get there.
Reptilians.
So I saw Brandon in the chat. We've got a submission from the one and only Mama Creepy. His
shouts out.
His one and only. So we've got the one and only Mama Creepy's clip right here.
Yo.
Have you ever seen 100? See, I don't know if this is right. Now, this is YouTube. Somebody's YouTube saying this. I mean, shouts out to Fly Nubian Queen, where black women have a voice. I didn't realize
that's the whole channel name.
I like that. Based. Yeah, good channel.
That's a good name.
It says 106-year-old grandma goes off on 38-year-old for being single. So let's get into this juicy clip. It's only a minute, so imagine what can be said in a minute, Kevin.
Oh, I was at Thanksgiving this year, Danny. I don't have to imagine, but
grandma had a lot to say, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 38.
I've never been there. Have you ever been there?
Really, Nana?
38 years old.
Really?
You can tell in the tone.
No children or nothing. You sure missed a lot of life.
Ooh. God, dude, I love those old folks that are just so set in their ways. You didn't do what I did, so your life sucks.
No children, ain't getting fucked on the regular. Man, you just got a pathetic ass life.
And I love, eventually she came right out with it, but grandmas, they have so much life experience. They get to that point where it doesn't matter what they say, it's the tone, and you just know, you can just interpret it. Yeah, you can just be like, God damn, it's just dripping with disappointment. Because it's either that or she has Alzheimer's, because I would think that she would know if her own granddaughter had been married or not. That doesn't seem like the kind of thing one would forget, but I probably won't make it to 106, Danny, so I shouldn't be casting stones.
I hope that the Clout Route podcast makes it to 106. Okay. We're trying to get there. We're almost there.
Oh, episode. I was going to say years. Was there, you got it in your will?
Years. I wasn't talking about episodes. I'm talking about years.
106 seasons and a movie.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we have
There
to make
it
a
is.
promise like that. I mean, I would love, like I said, 106 years. I'm pressing X to doubt on the age range here. 106 years. That lady's 106.
I mean, I don't necessarily.
That's a healthy 106.
I mean this with all due respect, but Grandma looks like the Crypt Keeper from Tales of the Crypt. So if you
I've
tell
seen
me she's
worse.
106, you know, actually, that's she doesn't look a day older than over 88. To be honest, like she's
I worked
for 106.
Back when I was a butcher and I worked with the people, with the.
Whoa, huh? What?
I'm above that now.
He was a people butcher.
When I worked with the people. No, now I've elevated myself above.
He's a reformed Bay Harbor butcher.
Yeah. No, anyways, when I worked with, the vast spread of workers at like a grocery store, there's old and young all around. I worked with people there that were like 90 something, looking, and they were like, they were only 65. So unless this lady's like a millionaire or something, 106, was she? I mean, I don't know what's going on. If she's had to work her whole life, she ain't making it to 106 looking like that. I know that for sure.
Hey, I mean,
I've seen some beat up looking, 90-year-olds.
Hey, that's true.
Unless
I mean, she's got a little walker
got a
back
good
there,
skin
but
care routine, I guess, maybe.
she's just got some great genes. That's why she's so disappointed that her granddaughter's just wasting this opportunity as she sees it. That's my guess.
Who knew I'd have so much to say about a 106-year-old granny? Let's just let her finish what she's got to say.
Oh, yeah. Wait till she goes in.
Why do I have to get married and have kids to have a good life?
You do have no good life.
Oh!
You don't go nowhere.
I do. I just got back from a trip.
By yourself, no man. If you don't have a man, you ain't nothing.
Oh, god
I'm not nothing
damn,
without a
dude.
man, huh?
You're not a lesbian, are you?
Are you?
No, I had a husband. Say that, huh?
I still have sex.
What?
I still have sex.
I know you do, but that's not right. That's dirty. Sleeping around like a...
It's one person. One
Yeah,
person.
based on this call, Grandpa might have run away. He might have faked his death.
Yeah, it's like, are you
Checked
sure?
Out. Yeah, Grandpa just had to get out of that.
Maybe it was a pillow over the head situation even. I don't know.
I love that's the audacity. I mean, Grandma has probably earned it, right? She is the matriarch of the family. She raised this other character's parent, mom or dad, one of them, probably helped raise this person too. So maybe she's earned a little bit of this, but she's got the audacity to say, you don't go nowhere. Meanwhile, she literally can't go anywhere unless someone picks her up and drives her because she's got a walker in the back seat. So this lady's nicer than me. My grandparents don't get to talk to me that way. I will say, hey, you want to ride home or what? I can leave your walker out on the sidewalk. You will treat me with respect. I drive a Dodge Stratus, Grandpa.
Oh, goodness gracious. So there you go. Thank you, Mama Creepy, for that one. Button that. Yeah, we probably said something. Edit that out. Who else do we have submissions from today? Here's a good one. Dr. Pest himself, the first one to comment in chat today. He left us such a funny submission, only based on really his. I mean, I guess the whole situation's kind of funny, but what really made me laugh was his description when he dropped it for us. Okay. He says to me, dropping this tweet I'm about to show, he says, "This bitch is worth $10 million." And the little tag was a Alyssa Milano tweet. So I'm like, oh great, what did she say? What did Alyssa Milano do? Always got to find an excuse to get a new person in the thumbnail or talking shit about him on the show. Another one, another one that's probably gonna hate us.
Another one on the board, baby.
I'm gonna overstep my lines here, and she's gonna hate us. She'll block me on Twitter. But Alyssa Milano, right here. She says, my son's baseball team is raising money for their Cooperstown trip. Any amount would be greatly appreciated. You can read more about the team and make a donation here. So do you get this bitch is worth $10 million post now?
She could theoretically afford to pay for that flight and hotel herself, right? And that's funny.
Interesting.
They're just going to the Hall of Fame. That just so, yeah, I probably have to help bridge some gaps here for the non-sports ball fans. Yeah, Cooperstown, let's see, money for their Cooperstown trip. So essentially, it's not like they're going to nationals. They're not going to play in something. They need you to donate your money so that his baseball team can pay for their little vacation to a baseball museum.
Which is awesome to do.
If you're like a Midwestern mom of 3 in Wisconsin.
Yeah, right? Like, then I would be like, yeah, of course I'll donate money to this.
I don't know, anywhere less
thing.
than $10 million. I don't want to get into anyone's finances, but, you know.
So you don't think he could have fit the bill for this one, Alyssa? And then, lo and behold, you see down there, who can reply? Accounts that follow or mention can reply. Actually, so she hasn't.
Look at that ratio. Or wait, is it?
She just narrowed it down to followers, I guess. She didn't completely block the comments here, but people are still even being nice. Made a small but heartfelt contribution. Sounds like a great experience for them. She says, thank you. This is awesome. See, we're haters, Kevin. They all love it.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, go ahead, kids, do it. I just maybe
it's Pest that said it, not
the
us.
movie star should have had the other moms post it on their social medias. No, I don't care. You know, hey, if you're willing to give your money to Alyssa Milano's kids' baseball trip, who am I to? It's not Christmas anymore. I gotta stop being such a Grinch, I guess, Danny. But
we love children's baseball. Okay, donate to any team that you want to. Yeah. But I don't also. I recommend that you you follow Alyssa, and then you leave a comment that says like, "Hey, bitch, aren't you $10 million?" I encourage.
Wait, no,
just kidding.
No, we don't harass anyone.
Especially not Alyssa Milano. Those 10 million means lawyers are coming for our ass.
Oh yeah. Right before episode 100, we're out.
She's like, the only deal. Hey,
always waiting in the
children's baseball. Okay, fucking watch it, as Crowder would say. Fucking watch that shit, because I don't want nothing to do with your children. Get them out of here.
And Brandon, we can just throw this one back up.
Yeah, well, I mean, we need that for the whole show, right?
Like, yeah, that should be the banner, probably.
We've said Steven Crowder enough, so I want to show you this little Steven Crowder ditty that happened in this past week. Okay, we're in the theme of music. Ben Shapiro had his rap debut. So why not? Why would we stop Crowder from having his moment? He wants to shine in the hip hop community as well. And okay.
No, damn it. No.
Why is Hashish banned in chat? We need somebody to police Schopenhauer over here. Okay? Just kidding. Don't do it, mods.
You're lucky I'm not Adam Pierce. I'd block you for all these phrasing jokes.
Shit. Yeah, okay. Don't defame me.
See, look, Adam, that's how it's done. Someone just made 2 phrasing jokes at our expense. Nobody's blocked on Twitter.
Yeah. Anyways, Kevin's beefs on Twitter aside.
Whoops.
Let that one slip in there a little bit. Crowder is about a decade late here, okay? Crowder hits us with the Forever by Drake remix. Okay.
Dude,
And I
that's
mean, when I'm saying like, yeah, it's like a decade old, bro. Like this is like, maybe I was out of. Okay, I can't say anything, or else I'd be giving away my age. So
you can't get a dox your age, dude. I'll do it. I'm pretty sure I played beer pong to this song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely. Now, maybe not this one specifically.
Oh no, I played beer pong to this song last night. Sorry, was I not supposed to watch it till today? No, but yes, the Drake song is bad enough on its own, by the way. But what were you saying, Danny?
Why does he put Ye, Drake, Lil Wayne, Eminem forever? Like, it should be, he needs to name the crew, the Crowder crew, Steven, and the other guy that are in this video. I mean, come on. You got to give credit where credit's due. Who cares about? We know that Drake and Lil Wayne all fucking sing it. It's 10 years old, bro. Give yourself some credit here. This is a fucking forever parody, okay?
Hey, at least he's crediting his source, you know. I honestly kind of surprised at that. So
based.
Yeah, good for you, Steve.
Let me skip forward a little bit. We're not going to here, actually.
Do you think somebody will draw a hairline like that on my head?
That's a pretty good one, isn't it?
Is that like a hat? That's not real hair. Come on.
Let me find this spot before I pull it up. Yeah, of course. I let fucking Crowder's disguise out of the bag. You've already seen him.
No. That was Crowder? No way.
He has that Drake haircut. Okay, we'll see it again here.
Oh, I thought that was Tom Hanks's fourth kid.
They are making their rounds on the podcast. Though his fourth kid will make it on here somehow, you know.
Yeah, I think it's like a Russian doll. Every time you discover a Tom Hanks offspring, they're just weirder and weirder.
Unfortunately, Tom McDonald today that we talked about is not a Hanks kid. He's a McDonald kid. So
we're still looking for the mysterious third.
Yes. All right, check this out. Steven Crowder, Forever.
It's super sad you two give me no love, and you would think I had traps like Barack's. Always gotta screw me when they really doesn't. Got that noti bell working? No, it fucking doesn't. We're led by such fucking losers. Muck, we're gonna kick you in your ass, pooper.
So there you go. I just want to. We don't want to play it all because we'll probably get claimed by Ye and Drake or whatever. But I just wanted to get to the line where he says, "We're gonna kick you in your ass." Pooper.
And now luckily there is a comma there, which is great because that helps us clarify.
He's calling you a pooper.
Yeah, he's calling you a pooper. He's not saying I'm gonna kick you in your ass, pooper, which would have been redundant. So
it might have been better in this situation though, because rarely do I ever hear anybody be like, Kevin, you're a real pooper. Okay,
maybe I have to poopsie.
You're a real pooper, Kevin. That's all I gotta say about you. Real pooper. Kick you in your ass, pooper.
That's right. That's a good one. Boy, that was pretty cringy. Have you ever watched a performance live and it wasn't super great and it kind of brings tears to your eye? They're like cringy tears. You know,
right? You're kind of like suffering for them, maybe.
Yeah, it's like secondhand embarrassment. Like you're crying at you just feel bad for your friend or that random person on stage at an open mic, and you're like, oh god, they're bombing so bad right now, and you're just like, that could be me up there shitting myself, and so you start to cry a little bit. That almost happened to me live. I'm glad you stopped it after Pooper, because I was about 13 seconds away from an uncontrollable tear just rolling down my face.
Oh dear Lord. So who goes harder? We have to decide here. Who goes harder in the rap game? Is it Crowder with his remix here? Does he have some bars with the kick you in the ass pooper? Or is it my pocket's fat like Lizzo with Ben Shapiro and the Tom McDonald song? Yeah. Who's got the harder bars? We've already got votes in the chat. You got Harles Barkley with Shapiro 100%. I mean, that yarmulke line,
I think I'm leaning Big Ben here too.
that yarmulke line, that was something, okay? Clearly,
Which-
you can see who's out of touch and who's not in this situation. Ben, in touch with the young kids, okay? He's got a hot rapper
Wait,
that he's doing shit with in
well, he should
Canada.
send out a flyer, okay? If he's in touch with young kids.
I won't fix my phrasing there. But Steven is out of touch, okay? Actually, a decade out of touch, in fact.
Oh, is he doing a Hall & Oates parody too? Son of a bitch. That I won't stand for. All right, Steven,
I mean,
you're out of
that's
time.
next, right? It's like he's doing fucking Hootie and the Blowfish fucking remix or something.
Yeah, now that I would like to see. You and me.
It'd be something about Mug Club. Think about that lyric. You and me, we both join Mug Club.
You denied me when I gave you that back rub.
Here we go.
Fucking
Yeah,
watch it.
one of these days. Oh God. Yeah. So Shapiro clearly the bigger balls in this
Shapiro.
situation.
Shapiro all day.
Let's see.
Swing and a miss from Crowder.
Do you want a do you want another chance to shit talk Mama Max for a second?
Absolutely, I do.
Just a small little update that I thought was interesting here.
Am I unhinged?
Check this out, dude. He is unhinged.
What was the Lucky Charms voice he was doing? What you doing that here on my YouTube channel? What the dude is fucking lost his mind.
I mean, clearly. Okay, so this is actually old. Now, there's somebody in the community named her on Twitter. She is at kind of phony. Her name's Ollie. We'll ignore the username. I'll just put that out there. We'll pretend like that's not what her username says when we're looking at all this stuff.
That's good.
There you go.
I've
That's
heard
what it was.
Tobin Bell from Saw, but I haven't heard Jacksepticeye yet. That's a good one too. Okay. Yeah.
So, anyways, Ollie is a commentary community orbiter kind of lady. Very nice. I mean, I've never had a problem with her other than she's one of those where sometimes I have to it was a mutual follow, and then sometimes I learn that I have to mute some people during the show at least because if we're ever
like Boogie.
Right, Boogie posts some images that I can't post up here. And yeah, she says Olivia Wang. So there you go. Kangalope is correct there. Check out these old messages, okay? Ollie was actually an ex of Mama Max, interestingly enough.
Oh, poor thing.
And we've got a Discord exchange between her brother and Mama Max here. She says, here are Discord messages between my brother and my ex-boyfriend Max, showing Max trying to convince my brother to lie to me so Max would come see me before I was ready. These posts are post-breakup. Now listen to some of these, Kevin. Listen to this conversation here. So we're talking Mama Max is the deleted user and Preto is the brother, okay? Mama Max says, hello. Preto says, hi. Mama says, is Olivia at work? So that is the person posting these screenshots here. Olivia Wang that we were talking about. Is Olivia at work? Her brother says, yes.
Already sounds like a creep, by the way, but continue.
I mean, yeah, already. It's like, if you got something, me, like, I'm trying to put myself in this guy's shoes. If my sister's significant other texts me and starts out with this, hey, hello, that's normal. And then he says, is your sister at work? My first reaction would be like, well, wouldn't you know? But I guess not.
Especially when it's your known ex, though. Like, it's one thing
right?
if your sibling's current significant other is like, hey, first of all, I think it would have come off a little. It doesn't come off caring at all. It's not like, hey, I haven't heard from my loved one in a while. Just want to make sure she's all right. Is she at work? It just kind of already sounds stalkery to me. Like, what? She's not answering me. Where is she? Is she at work? Maybe this is just me painting this guy with a bad brush because of hindsight, but I don't know. Maybe the rest of this chat will prove me right. I don't know, but I'm just saying my vibes are off after just that. What was that? 2 messages?
Yeah,
Is
4
Olivia
messages.
at work?
Two back and forths. Okay?
Why are you messaging? That's weird, dude.
2 exchanges, and it's already weird. Yeah.
She don't want to talk to you. Don't talk to her. You fucking creep.
So here we go. I mean, we're already complaining. It's the tip of the iceberg. Mama Max says, what did she do yesterday? Preto, the brother, says, I don't know. I was at work half the day. Mama says, was she there when y'all got home?
Yeah, locked it in.
Preto says, honestly, don't remember. Came home and took a nap. I remember she was home for dinner when I woke up.
Yep. Max
says, I need an excuse to see her. Will you help?
Bruh.
Well, and
no.
This guy is a lot nicer than I would have been. And I don't know. I mean, I say that easily, but it's like Mama Max during all this was also like a popular YouTuber. I mean, I could see how that situation could influence somebody too. Just being like, well, I mean, you know, he obviously knows who Mama Max is because it's his sister's ex. So like there might be some sort of, he thought Max was cool and isn't going to immediately tell him like I would to just fuck off. Like if somebody was asking me this about my sister, I would have, at that point, I needed an excuse to see her. Will you help? No. Nah.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Nah.
No way. No chance. And I doubt there are many siblings in the world who would. Even if his ex was, or his ex's brother was like, oh, you know what? I think she is in the wrong. Max is a good guy. I really think first of all, why would you care that much? I don't think people would be that invested. You're just going to let your sibling make that call. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, like it's just such a weird play that, I mean, it's creepy as all hell, but it's also just shows how delusional this guy is that he would think people would do that for. I mean, that's how he got here. He was so delusional. He thinks every YouTuber owes it to, like, everybody owed him this. And that, like that, I think that maybe gets lost at this point because so much shit has come out. But this all started because he wasn't getting enough attention and he whined about it in a very weird, you know, pick me kind of way. And like, I don't know, it just like this guy's got this weird, like self-loathing narcissist vibe. He's kind of a stalker, and now he's out. And he's
and this is years ago, by
a
the
predator
way.
hunter.
2019. So it's like, you know, when people are it took this long, 2020 fucking 3 and 4, for people to finally criticize him. But it seems like he's been a fucking Goomba since the rip, right? Since way back when, 2019. Sounds like pretty good evidence that he was a fucking ding dong man too.
Sounds like somebody should be doing a video on him, man.
Well, I mean, I think at this point, honestly, somehow like Max has, it's weird. I've never seen quite the situation of like a little niche thing that commentary gets a hold of and starts bitching about, and then it blew up into like everybody because it went as far as like, you know, Muda's made a couple videos now, which he's kind of commentary adjacent, you know, if it's a big enough story, he'll cover it. And then like Oompaville did one, and then I've just seen, I mean, what that one day, Martin Luther King Day, was fucking FPS Diesel and Lyrics dropping videos on Mama Max. It's like Diorio's done one at this point, a couple maybe. Everybody has done a fucking
so
Mama
many
Max
video. Yeah, there's new channels with, you know, just probably 1,000 subs from just their brand new Mama Max video. I swear there's new ones popping up all the time now on my For You or recommended, whatever YouTube calls
Right.
it. So,
Yeah.
okay, what else gross did this degenerate say?
So he says, "Will you help me see her?" Preto, the brother,
No.
says, "I don't think I should get in the middle of this. Good call. Nicer than how I would have probably
Right, he's still,
worded
dude,
it, but good
he's still
call."
being very polite. I guess props to him for showing that restraint. Maybe if he hadn't, maybe Max might have gotten the message a little bit quicker, but I doubt it. He probably would have played the victim again.
Well, he is notorious for like not taking the hint, I think, Max, particularly because what we've seen in all this recent covering of him that like when he was bugging creators to cover the shit that he was talking about, he was bugging them. It was like message after message after message. Oh, you didn't answer me. Sorry. Then I'm going to reach out to you again. Like he was doing it over and over again. So he does not get the hint. You have to tell Max, like, fuck off. No, dummy, because he will not pick it up himself.
I think you probably need like a spray bottle with ice water in it so you can, and then just you know, like he's a fucking cat.
Harl says you can't let guys like Max down easy. I guess that's the deal, isn't it?
Oh yeah, dude, that feels like a never-ending cycle because yeah, he just won't get the hint, and then we'll just get more obsessive and more delusional. You kind of just, yeah. Oh God, Max
So-
is kind of like Stephen McDaniel, huh? All right, that might be defamation. Okay, so
allegedly,
the last line
in
was
my
a joke.
opinion.
I am working on a stand-up comedy routine. It was just a joke. So thank you, Mr. Mama Max's Chat GPT lawyer.
Let's continue here. Max says, no, I just need you to confirm my story to her if she asks. And then I'll tell her the truth once I get there. Okay. So listen to how weird and depraved this gets from Max. He says, Preto says, what am I confirming to her? Max says, I'm going to tell her I'm picking up a check from your place tonight, that you're holding it for me. She might not even ask you. Is that all right? Preto says, I don't know if that's a good idea. Why don't you message her first? So he's going to make up something completely so he can have an excuse to go there.
Dude, that's pathetic, man.
I mean, it is. Yes. Yeah. Preto says, I don't know if that's a good idea. Why don't you message her first? He says, why not? The brother says, I don't know. I think there needs to be some more time or have her be okay with it, which is like so fucking completely reasonable from this fucking guy. Yeah, you guys are broke up. You either fucking give it some space or she's got to be cool with you just showing up at the house. Like, what kind of brother would he be if he's just like, yeah, come on over?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, there's no way. No, like it's fucking insane. And he feels like this dude owes it to him.
For some weird reason. I don't really get that, but
fucked. Well, I mean, for the same reason he feels that his ex-girlfriend owes him this conversation that she clearly doesn't want to have. It's a good thing she has a brother, or people might have done documentaries on Max back in 2018.
I mean, yeah.
2019, whenever this was.
True that.
I've seen a lot of true crime documentaries that start the same way.
Right? Well, let's continue here because it does get kind of weirder in my opinion. Preto says, I think there needs to be more time or have her be okay with it. And Mama says, she was expecting me last night. She'll be fine. And then goes on to just say, never mind then. He's frustrated now that the brother won't go along with his lies.
If she'll be fine, what's with the ruse?
Yeah, just
right?
go.
If she was expecting you last night, what do you need the cover story for?
Wait, that's what it hinges on this last page. It really does.
There's nothing. There's nothing I love more than a dumb manipulator. Like it's so much fun to watch.
Oh, and it's 100% manipulation. And his excuse is like makes it the most obvious here because he'll say, the brother says, then why not just ask to talk to her in person? Sorry. And then in this next one, he says, if I tell her myself that I want to see her, it puts her in a position of power, Preston.
Oh,
she'll get to decide everything. If I see her by coincidence, then that won't happen. You can't do me that as a favor. So right there, what is this weird power dynamic thing? Like, why do you even talk about this? Have you ever talked to anybody about a woman this way before? I don't
I
want
always
her to be in a
strategize.
position of power. I've got to be the power dynamic and blah, blah, blah. I've got to be the dominant one and one in control of everything. Like, and you're telling this to her brother. Like, what the fuck? You're not just talking to your buddy or something about like how you're gonna get some poontang tonight. Which it would still be gross if this is how you talk to your buddy about it. But like, at least then it's like your buddy. It's not somebody that's gonna immediately go fucking tell her exactly what you said.
You can't do that as a favor to me, is what cracks me up, dude. Like, you can't dime out your sister for me. You know, we're friends, dude. I'm dating your sister.
I was dating your sister.
Oh wait, that's right. Yeah, I'm not. Well, and the power thing, I mean, that's just such a self-report. I'm not surprised to hear that he thinks that way. I kind of already suspected that.
Did you
But
pull
the fact
this up
that he
while
would
I was-
say it. Yes, dude,
while I
that's
was
when I
reading?
started laughing.
I figured.
Yeah, dude. God damn. It's
Is this
spot
Dennis
on.
system? Is this Dennis system right here? Is that where he got it from? He's like,
this is the part where he pretends to be a psycho or something. Yeah.
He saw one too many episodes of fucking It's Always Sunny, and he's like, well, that sounds like kind of a good idea. Honestly, Dennis is based.
I can't wait to see the next leaked video where he calls himself a golden god.
Yeah, the leaked footage of some poor lady's cell phone footage when he was on the fucking he was on the ship with her and he cornered her in the dark hallway.
Because of the implication.
Yes, exactly. You know where my head's at.
What's she gonna do? Say no.
Oh goodness. I love It's Always Sunny. I don't love Mama Max though. And these text messages don't really help. Because yeah, you can see the brother here. He says, I just don't feel comfortable lying, of course. And Mama says, what if you're not lying?
Now he's so
what?
Because this is great. And I get, like, everybody has a little bit of anxiety. All right. But at this point, you're doing way more work than just facing your fear and having a conversation and reaching out to her. Now, except I think the real obstacle here is he knows that she just doesn't want to talk to him. So it's not about him having anxiety or whatever. Like, I'm not, it's just, so now he's willing to, I guess, send her brother a check so that he has a legit, like, well, it's fine, dude. Whatever reason I tell her, I'll just make sure you actually have that. And then you're not lying, dude. You're not lying at that point. Like, man, I have known a couple of people like this in my life, and usually they're the kind of people you get out of your life as quickly as possible once you see what's going on.
He's one of those paths, right? He's like definitely a sociopath, maybe one of the fucking worse than that. Like, this guy's got some shit going on for sure. He's a fucking freak of nature with these, like, it's one of those that I forget back in the day who made the video where they speculated on whether, I think it might have been Shane Dawson, speculated on whether Jake Paul was a sociopath or whatever. And that was like the funny joke back then. And he was trying to like really pry back the brain there and see, is Jake Paul really a sociopath? Whatever. I think that whole situation was all like, you see him act a certain way and you can glean, maybe he's a sociopath because he acts this way, maybe because he acts that way. This situation seems more like cold cut. It's like he's almost putting it full on display, like talking about the power dynamics and shit that would be a thing for, those kind of sociopaths and all this shit and the predatory behavior. I mean, he's like putting it on full blast, full display.
Yeah, that's the part that's the only part of it that surprises me, is that he just be so transparent about it. And I think that just shows you how on tilt he was in that moment, like how frazzled he was at the fact that this woman just refused to do what he wanted her to do. And now also her brother wouldn't. And so he's just frayed at the ends at this point, just kind of bouncing around. Like he might even be manic in that situation. I mean, I don't know. Is he on meth? Is he a crackhead? Because I mean, that could explain it.
We need to
But
investigate his previous videos, see if we find many pookies in the back.
based on those leaked videos, I don't know if he needs any of that. I think he might be plenty weird on his own.
Those leaked videos of like Slug's unedited footage is kind of, I mean, like, good for fucking Slug, I guess, because that motherfucker had like 100 concurrent viewers when he was showing his leaked footage. It's like the only time that motherfucker can get people to come in is when he's got like some secret in to, I got the secret footage, being the editor. But those clips, man, were so fucking, he looks like it's a good thing he doesn't put his face on the screen all the time. And sometimes it's just voiceover. Because when I heard the voice the first time of him saying all this weird shit, and then you get to see the clip of him saying all the weird shit with the voice, it's so much worse. He's like, he's like, yeah, he's like acting all, doing weird faces and shit when he's saying all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy, dude? Yeah, we need to get the shoe for Slug. Man, dude.
Salt the snail. That's 2 It's Always Sunny jokes. Let's go.
So let's do a palate cleanser here. How about that? You know I love palate cleansers. Let's move on from the nasty max of it all. She's in chat if you want to throw on a Slug. But here's our palate cleanser. The Island Boys have been up to no good. Not a leaked OnlyFans clip. No incest in this one.
Let's see. Are they showing their dicks in public now?
Nope. They are lifting up their shirts, kind of close. You know, you're getting there. But Drama Alert reports a 10-year-old nearly knocks out an island boy.
Not surprised.
So I thought that there might be a budding like creator clash 2-on-2 match for these guys in the future or something. You know, it would be kind of cool, but it doesn't look, unless they get some like children to box them, it doesn't look like that's going to be a reality for them.
Jesus, talk about grooming. Why are these two people showing that much of themselves to a 10-year-old boy in public? And why is that old lady behind them seem to be so into it as well? This is weird. What?
Doesn't it seem like there's way too many adults there to be consensual with the situation?
Yeah, like it feels like I shouldn't be the only one that has a problem with that kid being there. Like I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 adults. I'm not counting the 2 idiots in the middle there.
And the cameraman.
Yeah, that's way too many adults to be like, hey, idiot, your jeans are halfway down your boxers. You're basically showing that 10-year-old your dick. Quit it. All right.
Well,
Stop it.
Some of his parents are in the background and they're like, oh yeah, son, go ahead and play with the incest twins. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, they're lifting up their shirts for you. No problem.
Dude, yeah, no way. If any of my loved ones, I'd be like, guys, keep like a 10-foot radius around. Like, don't get within arm's length of these jabronis.
Well, don't worry if they ever prey on your children. I can assure you that you could retaliate effectively. Okay, watch this.
Someone at Coca-Cola is losing their fucking mind about this. By the way. Like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. Of all the drinks.
You know, like the Stanley Cup, people bought that person a car after the Stanley Cup survived the car crash fire or whatever. Coca-Cola is maybe getting a restraining order against these guys.
They're paying for this 10-year-old's fight camp. Yeah.
All right, let's watch.
Dude, that's how Harry Houdini died.
So he runs off.
I think it was an 11-year-old for Houdini.
You said that, wait, I gotta ask you a question about that in a second, but I'm gonna let this play one more time. Palate cleanser.
Dude, if you've ever watched one of our boxing events, any of the pros that sit next to me at the commentary table will tell you, work the body, weaken that base, and then they'll start to lower their hands, and then you work upstairs. So this kid's got a bright future. I might be calling his amateur boxing debut here soon.
There you go. I like that. But no, you said, wait, what was it that you had said during all that I needed to roll back and add? Harry Houdini died.
Yeah, that's how Harry Houdini died, man.
Getting punched by a child in the chest?
I think it was a grown man, but yeah, he died getting punched in the stomach, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Make sure you Google that before you share it with dinner, share it with the friends at dinner, because it might be a Mandela effect thing. It might have been my last universe where that happened.
Oh. So may or may not have died from a punch from a person.
Harl says appendicitis. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was appendicitis, but then the rumor was that he got or maybe he got punched while he had appendicitis. Actually, I think what it was is that the person punched him so hard he got appendicitis.
The punch set it off. There you go.
Boom.
Look at that. We have geniuses in chat. Shouts out to
Harl.
Harles Barkley for knowing the deep lore of fucking magicians, I guess.
Yeah, I pulled up for 3 and bricked it, but then Harles is following up with the tip slam.
There you go. What do they call that when you go up and make the shot for him?
It's like a rebound.
I knew what it was called, but I was kind of laying you up for it, Kevin. That's another one.
Ooh, yeah, nice little alley oop. Booyaka shot.
That's funny. Okay. Let's see. We've got a Poland Spring clip here, submission, in fact. So we're gonna watch that, and then a bunch of hard-hitting stories after that, like Vince McMahon. We need to get to that for show.
I'm gonna say, did Poland skip this episode because she saw Vince McMahon in the thumbnail?
Maybe because she knew, because we were already advertising earlier in the week. Once this news dropped, I had already tagged Kevin in a tweet and said we're gonna have another poop episode. So she may have already felt out the vibes earlier in the week that we were going into Clout Route Do Poop episode 4 or something at this point.
Yeah. We're in the second trilogy at this point.
We're knee deep in shit at this point. That's what they say. Maybe she didn't show up because she was embarrassed of her clip. So this is one where I'm racking my brain, searching my brain for the answer as to why somebody would do this. Okay. I think you'll be in the same place as me, Kevin.
We do that here a lot.
She was 32. A woman pretended to be a student at 3 different Boston schools.
Wow.
So
dude, some of us just peak at 17 and never get over it, man. I mean, did I say some of us? I meant some. There are other people that do that.
Right.
Definitely not me.
She's trying to go back to the glory days. That's what you think?
I would never do this because, first of all, as soon as I take my hat off, no one would ever believe that I was anything younger than 30.
Yeah, it would be pretty hard for me to. Granted, when I was in high school, I guess, in high school at least, I was called older than what I really was.
I thought you were gonna say you start balding in high school. I was like, damn, brother, I made it out with my hairline, but it didn't make it much further.
I think that's why I'm bald now, is because when I was younger, I let it grow out into just ridiculous, look stupid all the time. And finally, my body retaliated and was like, no more of that. We're not doing any more of these.
Teach you a lesson, dude.
No more of these dumb haircuts.
I swear to God, Danny puts it in a samurai bun one more time, I'm taking it all.
He did too. He did too.
Pretty surprised they had no idea that one of their classmates here was actually a 32-year-old woman.
They had no idea. Bullshit. They were just being polite.
She definitely didn't look 32. I can tell you that. I wouldn't have thought she was 32.
I thought he was going to say something else.
Dang. She's 32?
These high school kids are trying to understand how someone they saw in the halls every day was actually an adult woman attending class alongside them.
But you didn't think twice? You thought she was in your class?
I thought she was a normal student. I didn't know she was 32, older than the whole teacher.
Investigators say the woman attended Jeremiah Burke.
Young teachers.
So that was Poland's favorite line there that guy said.
Older than the whole teacher.
32, older than the whole teacher. Older than the whole teacher. Hash
Clearly
says,
nobody's getting an education at that school. Now I'm starting to understand how a 32-year-old was going there.
Hash says we're gonna need some throwback pictures someday. Kevin, do you want to bring a couple throwback Kevin pictures to episode 100?
Ooh.
I'll bring a couple throwback Danny pictures. We can share them with the audience.
I'll see if I can find them. You know,
You can be selective.
The hard thing about our throwback pictures, Danny, is it was pre-digital, so they're all like physical items. You got to go out and find in the wild. So
text mom and tell her to send you a picture of a Polaroid.
I'll see what I can find. Maybe I can find my old band picture. You know, you can see me rocking that saxophone with a big old set of braces on.
My mother loves pictures, so even the old ones that I thought were lost to time, she's somehow put them on Facebook. So it's like I don't ever get on Facebook anymore, but even 10 years ago I can remember, you know, I would go like 2 days and then I'd get a tag from my mom and it'd be like, Dan's cheeks are so pinchable in this picture. Look at him.
I tend to only have to deal with that on a birthday, and I'm like, hey, bruh, quit posting.
Fucking watch it.
Quit posting my baby pictures on here, dude.
Yeah.
I hate seeing all that hair. All right.
It's not fair.
It's like I just want to slap that kid and yell at him. Like, don't you know how precious this is, what you have? Treasure it. Don't wear hats every day.
Brighton, and English high schools transferring from school to school over the course of the last year under false names. The superintendent says it appears to be a case of extremely sophisticated fraud.
That's what I would say too if I let a fucking 30-year-old in my high school.
I can't believe this right now. She was cool. She was a cool person. Just like a normal high schooler.
Students say the woman transferred from Jeremiah Burke High School a few months ago, and investigators say paperwork irregularities raised a red flag.
We do not have any evidence at this moment of any harm or risk to the young people, thank goodness.
She was really nice, actually. Yeah, no, nothing.
While the woman...
He's like, man, shit, man. She was really nice, man. You know, me and her.
I'll say the more that kid talks, the more I'm like, I don't know.
She's got you in the pocket, doesn't she?
Yeah.
It's like, what have you guys been doing? You must have a close relationship to this old lady.
Jeez, dude. Nope. Why would you, of all the things to go back and do, Danny, being in high school is not on my fucking list, is it? Like when I was in high school, I didn't want to be there. I was probably somewhere else I shouldn't have been. You know what I mean? Like even when I was supposed to be there, I was going other places. I couldn't imagine being an adult and be like, oh yeah, I want to go hang out in a high school. And if you need your diploma, just a GED is still a thing, isn't it? You know, like,
it gives me like
what
it
is
happened.
this?
It happened kind of differently in the movie, but have you seen Red State?
Oh, dude, yes.
In Red State, the kids that are in high school, they seek out an older woman on their Tinder or whatever app. But I could see this being, you know, like a similar situation. She like gets in there and she like sets up 3 kids that she's like, yeah, mama gonna take you back to her house, you know. And then she gets them back and she drugs them, and now they have them in cages in a fucking church somewhere.
Dude, it's funny you mentioned that. I just got that shipped to me on DVD not too long ago. I've been waiting. I finally just caved and bought the DVD because the Blu-ray is ridiculously expensive, and I wanted to see the movie again, but not that badly. So no, I can't wait to watch that again.
Good movie. Let's see what happened to this lady, because I've got an update. Poland sent me that one, but as soon as I review that clip over on YouTube, I get recommended the update. So it's kind of interesting here. New charges for 32-year-old woman accused of posing as high school student.
It's got a picture of Jonathan Majors
there. Jesse Smollett or whatever.
Okay.
Or no, that is Jonathan. No, that is Jonathan Majors. You're right.
I was like, damn, he's taking that Kang thing way too seriously now. He's like, in this universe, I'm a high schooler.
I said Jesse Smollett, which was the other guy that did like some fucked up shit.
Well, in Jesse's defense, he only beat himself. Okay.
Right.
I'm sorry.
He hired some people to beat himself or whatever. Yeah. whatever.
Might have hired Jonathan Majors, maybe.
He is an actor after all. He could put on a convincing, a little convincing fight there for the cameras. All right, let's watch this.
Accused of posing as a high school student, she faces new charges after pretending to be a traumatized child.
So look at her here. We can see her now.
Social worker. Trevor Ault has the story. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, George. So investigators say this all began.
That's a teenager.
32, baby. 32.
That dude was like, yeah, she was cool, man. She was cool.
I can only imagine that she was doing that. It's so cool there, buddy. But
she used to hang out by the parking lot.
You think she was a high school lot lizard?
Oh, Jesus Christ. What is wrong with it? And she was a social worker. You think she was going undercover? Like she heard about all the bad things that are happening at this high school. She's like, the only way I can get to the bottom of this is going undercover. And then, she ran out of leads, so she had to go to the next high school to find this corrupt. I don't know. I lost it. I lost the plot here. So nope, we're good.
They talked about how she she has like a college degree and everything, and she's a professional. She does this social work professionally. Yeah, isn't that 21?
Is that? Yeah, it's been a while. Okay,
maybe that's what she was doing. Maybe
she was doing a 21 Jump Street.
Yeah,
I hope she has a good lawyer. I want to hear that defense.
I was just doing a 21 Jump Street.
You just like put your hands like, wait, you guys don't have those? What's the big deal here? What's going on?
That's pretty funny. All right. Here's the part where we tell you to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, people. If you are here right now, leave us a little like. Make sure you're subscribed and don't be shy. Leave a comment in the chat. If you're watching the review or the rewatch, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. We love and read all the comments. Okay. If you're here live with us, we'll show your comments. Okay. I may even talk to you or about you. Imagine that.
Ooh.
So yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, people. The Chris Chan Keffels interview didn't do too bad, so I guess people enjoyed that little recap that we just posted this weekend, Kevin.
Well, Jesus, Christine, Weston, Chandler, Sonichu, Prime, the one true avatar of this universe, is a very polarizing and captivating figure among other less polite things that I could describe.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. Thank you, Kevin.
So yeah, thank you to those two ladies for the clout. We appreciate you.
We do very much.
We appreciate the content at least, right? I think I don't know.
If you liked that video, okay, you could have got it a couple days earlier on Patreon if you were subscribed at patreon.com/thecloutroute. Okay. Also, we put out an exclusive video there every month that we're listening to music videos or we're doing something else. We've done a couple different exclusives at this point. I'm loving Beavis and Butthead though on the Patreon because
have we established who's who though? But go ahead.
We haven't established who's who, and that might be for the audience to decide. But I will say that all these fuckers have been just setting us up for home run episodes. You got Crowder doing fucking Drake, and you got Ben Shapiro doing this, and you got Lil Nas X doing that. It's like they're all here, baby.
Oh yeah, that's
they must have heard of the show. They must have heard of the show. So,
of course they have.
So shouts out. It's only a matter of time before Nicki is tweeting at us angrily, right?
Oh, I can't wait for that. Well, I'll probably get blocked.
Yeah, that's usually what happens, honestly. I feel like with since my name is the Clout route,
you get all of our heat.
If I start talking shit about somebody on Twitter, it's almost an immediate, like, I think that they question that block button almost immediately because they just think that I'm that guy that's always going to be doing that, which, I mean, on Twitter, might not be too far off.
Yeah, you know. A little block never hurt nobody. You know, I'm still recovering from mine. It'll be all right.
Hash is sorry to my father. Yeah, I mean, Mama Creepy too. Both very traumatized by my father's cat stories last week. So we'll try to refrain from the my dad's stories. You know, I'll save those for
the Only Dance
episodes. Yeah. No, not the Only Dance. I don't have any ideas about what kind of stories my dad's telling me. Only Dance. They just might be a little too graphic for without a trigger warning, at least.
Patreon then.
Yeah, no more seagull stories from my father. That's for sure. So let's talk about Vince McMahon, Kevin.
Good God.
Tell me about the man, the myth, the legend. Vince McMahon. Has he been to the island? Okay. Have we done this bit before? Does he know Epstein? Are we curious?
I doubt, Vince McMahon, from what it sounds like, probably would have had his own place. I don't know that he would have gone to the island. Maybe he went to the island, but it sounds like he had his own little operation going on. So let me start by saying that, due process, innocent until proven guilty. What we're about to discuss are allegations. However, it does all seem to be pretty damning. So we're gonna talk with some confidence on this stuff because, yeah, there you have some of the text right there. But long story short, I'll set it up for you before we dive into all these details. A few years ago, I think it was in 2020, Vince McMahon and a former employee signed a $3 million NDA. I think he's got like $17 million worth of NDAs, by the way. So this is only
Not
one.
suspicious at all. Not at all.
And this is only one of them. And he made the initial $1 million payment, and then, as Vince McMahon is known to do, he quit paying. And so the NDA has been violated by him, and now she has violated it as well. Or maybe technically she hasn't, because he broke it first. Either way, she's now suing him because he still owes her $2 million. And as part of that suit, there's been, I think it was like 100-something page documents that puts all the allegations out there. But he's being accused of sex trafficking on top of just some absolute debauchery with the sex acts. So, we'll get to the poop part, I guess, at some point. But yeah, right. Apparently he's pooping on his employees and then paying them for it. And just in general, a menace. And he's not the only one. There's former executive John Laurinaitis also implicated. Brock Lesnar was removed from the Royal Rumble last night because Brock Lesnar, according to the allegations, according to the suit, when the WWE was trying to entice a former UFC heavyweight champion, spoiler alert, Danny, there's only one of those who's ever been a wrestler at the WWE. So although she did not name Brock Lesnar, he's the only option. And again, he was supposed to be back for the Royal Rumble. He was not. He is kind of temporarily on a leave. In an episode of The Dark Side of the Ring not too long ago, Goldust's ex-wife alleged that Brock Lesnar exposed himself to her over 20 years ago. So Brock has a history of these things as well. Man,
I would have figured Goldust's wife would be into that kind of thing, seeing him, but I get it. I'm just kidding.
I thought you were going to say I figured Goldust would have been into that sort of thing, but no.
Oh, no, I just figured he's kind of freaky, so maybe his wife would be kind of freaky and would enjoy a little flash from Brock Lesnar, but she didn't, and that's totally within her right to not want that, and also come at this guy for doing that.
Nice save. Well done. Nice save. That was gonna be a little rough on the landing, but you got it back. So yeah, and so that's kind of the short version of it. One added note: this woman started as Vince McMahon's neighbor. They lived in the same, I guess, penthouse. So this is one of the parts that makes it weird, where it's sort of like, why did she stick around for so long, sort of things? Because it's just kind of like when you hear these things, you'll be like, my God, dude, you'll just feel horrible for her. And I have no idea what levels of control, what was being imposed upon her to make her stick around for that damn long, or if it was just sort of felt she needed the money. She mentioned that her parents had died and she was looking for a job, and the manager of the wherever she lived in the same building as Vince McMahon. Okay, so it wasn't like it's not like an apartment building that one of us would live in. So she got connected to Vince McMahon that way, and then was basically trafficked. John Laurinaitis. She claims she had regular appointments with John Laurinaitis, that she had to send a video of herself. Trigger warning. A video of herself urinating to Brock Lesnar.
Oh my God! What?
And that they had a play date set up, but a snowstorm canceled his trip.
Yeah, nobody wants any yellow snow. Okay.
And these texts that Danny had pulled up, I don't know if we'll read them all. They will be very explicit.
I'm gonna read some of them, just like some snippets, because it's kind of funny. But I kind of only pulled them up to like, okay, there are text messages here. I don't need to leave a wall of text. They can see our beautiful faces.
Broad strokes, he in those text messages is talking about how he showed a room of like 10 or 12 men some of the videos he had recorded of her. And then he says, so I mean, I'm not even going to paraphrase. We'll just get to those quotes when we get to those quotes. But dude, that dude is so fucked in the head. If just the text messages alone are enough for me to be like, this dude is fucked. But here's the coup de grace, the biggest and worst allegation. Maybe not. You might think the selling her to other people or using her as contract negotiator. That might be the worst. Allegedly, during a threesome with John Laurinaitis, she alleges that Vince McMahon, trigger warning again, defecated on her head and went and took a shower while John continued to fool around with her. And then Vince came back and they continued the threesome and never at any point let her wash herself off. So that is probably the most heinous and disgusting, as far as like me trying to say these words out loud, part of the whole thing.
It's hard to get through this segment.
It's so hard to get through it. So there it is. There's the moral. There's like the short version of all of these allegations. He immediately resigned. Slim Jim, the beef.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, okay. Should I back up? Okay.
Got it. Yeah. We'll get there. We've got the Slim Jim dance. Okay. But no, let me read some of these messages before we get too far. Okay. You've heard all the allegations. I am so traumatized that my face is turning red. There's tears coming out of my eyes. It's hard for me to speak. This is pretty upsetting. But anyways, yeah, like Kevin said, there was some poop play, some Salvo stuff. You know how it goes. Salvo and Vince McMahon probably get along pretty well. He seems like he's cut from the same cloth.
God damn, pal.
Salvo could have been a wrestler, professional wrestler in a different life, and got to do all the peeing and pooping he wanted to with Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah, Salvo definitely would have spent some time on Vince's bearskin rug.
Defecating. Ew. Defecation.
Yep.
We love that. Okay. So let me read. This is just a sample. Okay. It gets probably even worse than what I'm about to read to you. Okay. I'm not going to surf through all the messages. We just got one here just so you can get a little taste of the debauchery here.
Crazy.
So, the thing says, this must be from like court documents. It says, following the threesome that Kevin was just talking about, on May 11th, 2020, McMahon sent an explicit message to Miss Grant that further details his fantasies of seeing her engaged in sexual relations. So this is 2020. So he's how old now?
He's like 70. He's in his 80s, maybe now. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Can you believe this is like Joe Biden levels of sending you some ladies like you can. That's what I'm trying to say here. Like put another 82-year-old dude in the same place and imagine them sending these texts. Okay, like imagine Poopy Joe
78.
sending one of these at set like it's so it's 4 years old. You said he's 78.
Mm-hmm.
So 74 years old, he was saying this. Okay, listen to this. I love it. That's you, Janelle. This is all like boomer fucking text too. It's kind of funny. That's the only funny part about it. That's you, Janelle. You just can't get enough, can you? In the future, it is going to be so bad that you demand to be. Here, I'll put the trigger warning. You demand to be fucked twice a day, and not just with blank in a three-way. So I think this is like a redacted name or something. Maybe it's
John.
that guy. Yeah, okay, John. Maybe. So he says, and not just with John in a three-way, allegedly. Why not let others see that beautiful, voluptuous body and watch you shake uncontrollably when you expletive? You can imagine. They'll go out of their minds. Then I'll find more friends and we'll tie you up so you're helpless. I'll direct them to have their way anyway and any way they want. Who can make you scream the loudest? Maybe I'll just line them up and have them expletive in your mouth.
Oh, geez, this should have put this in on the Only Dance.
In your whatever. In your this and your that. We'll make you eat it. We'll make you taste it. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it goes on and on. Like I said, tip of the iceberg. Shit there, folks.
And that's the shit he's willing to write down.
Right. I mean,
right. That's the part he's willing to put where there's a known paper trail. I mean, now it should be fair. Vince McMahon once called a TV operator in because he didn't know how to work the mute button on his remote and tipped the guy $100. So he's not very tech savvy, but my thoughts are is if he'll say that in text, I can't imagine the other shit he was saying and doing behind closed doors, which some of her allegations go into what they would do in the office behind closed doors while other people were working. So just hostile work environment, man. I hope they had a lot of Perel around that place.
All the memes and shit and like clips and gifs of Vince McMahon are too flattering for him, to be honest. All of his like soy faces and stuff that people share, all of his reaction things are like, especially at this point after all this depraved shit has come out, they're too flattering. Look at him here. He looks like a fucking disgusting slime ball. Like, this is more appropriate.
Yeah, he looks like the ghost of the dad, the Addams Family dad, right? Like with the little
kind of, yeah, with that fucking mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. This says Vince McMahon has resigned from all roles on the TKO board and will no longer have any roles with TKO or WWE. The following was sent to some staff. I wanted to inform you that Vince McMahon has tendered his resignation from his position as TKO executive chairman and on the TKO board of directors. He will no longer have a role with the TKO Group Holdings or WWE. I know that WWE is the wrestling organization or whatever that he does. Is TKO just like another branch of that?
So TKO recently, okay, so I'm gonna have to backtrack some of this, and it will also answer Harl's question at the same time, okay? Because Harl says, was he already a known creep, or was this out of left field? So, what was known always throughout the years was that certain wrestlers, I mean, it was rumored that it could be male or female, but it was known that female wrestlers could get ahead by having closed door meetings with Vince. And that this John Laurinaitis guy, I've heard stories of Vince bringing, they used to call them divas in the 2000s, the female, the wrestlers. And there were stories of
course
him
they did.
having one-on-one meetings with the women wrestlers on his private jet, while that John Laurinaitis creep stands at the bottom of the stairs and makes sure nobody comes in there. So that part was it was known that he was cheating on his wife and all kinds of stuff. Now, when the level of this depravity became known was in 2020 when this NDA was signed, because at that point it got to the WWE board of directors and Vince McMahon retired to save face. And then about a year later, after he makes this first NDA installment, he buys his way somehow. I can't remember exactly how he did it, but he forced his way back into the board of directors, and some of the employees that had originally resigned when he retired came back with him. Those folks are also probably going to be fired very soon, by the way. And what Vince McMahon came back, and what he did was he sold the WWE to TKO, which owns the UFC. So now this TKO is the parent company now of the WWE and of the UFC. And as part of that sale, to basically make sure that Vince McMahon could never get fired again, you know, he made himself part of his deal was to be a board of directors on TKO, because he no longer had a say in any of the wrestling creative. So they had the day this got out, Slim Jim put a pause on their spot. They have the biggest
Let me pull
sponsorship
that up.
in wrestling history, and they're like, yeah, we're not doing this. We're a company of integrity.
Which is funny, but I mean, you're saying that, so here's the
A
story.
lot like it, Carla, is what it sounds like. Again, allegedly.
Right. Allegedly, everybody. A spokesperson from Slim Jim has issued the following statement. Slim Jim values integrity and respect in all of our partnerships, giving the recent disturbing allegations against Vince McMahon. At this time, we've decided to pause our promotional activities with the WWE. This decision reflects our commitment to brand values and responsibility to our community. We will continue to monitor the situation, and based on our future engagements on our values and what's best for our brand. Okay. So they were out, but then what we just saw with the whole Vince McMahon step down, it looks like today they were out, Kevin, but they're back in, baby.
Oh yeah, they were back all over the place because they were the lead sponsor for the Royal Rumble. So that would have been a huge loss for WWE.
Yeah. So after the departure of Vince McMahon and discussions with the WWE TKO senior leadership, Slim Jim has decided to re-enter the Royal Rumble. So lost one, but they came crawling back real quick. Don't want to lose that sweet wrestling money. Or wrestling advertisement. I mean, those people that watch wrestling probably eat more Slim Jims than anybody else. I can imagine.
Right. And also, you got to be careful when you're a meat stick company. Certain allegations you just can't. You know, those jokes write themselves. You know, you just can't be around it. But the thing about wrestling is, it's very big right now. Monday Night Raw just sold to Netflix for $5 billion. So
yeah,
for whatever reason, it's becoming more and more popular. And Slim Jim, like I said, they put a lot of money into it. Vince McMahon, again, kind of one of the worst kept secrets that he was. I don't think anyone knew it was to this extent. Everybody knew he was abusing his power to that. I mean, from what it sounds like. But the weirdest thing, once this news came out, like I didn't know I had sources until this Vince McMahon story came out, and then people start texting me about, oh yeah, I remember this from back in the day, yada yada, all this stuff. People have heard stories from 20 years ago, going back, sending clips. There's a very disturbing clip of his daughter Stephanie McMahon, who's not a good actress, by the way.
I can't only
doing
imagine.
A promo where she's in tears, calling her dad a creep, talking about all those times when she was 17 and he made her go to dinner with his business partners. And he said, you don't think they told me at dinner what you promised them I'd do for them? And like it,
what the fuck?
It certainly.
So he was trafficking his daughter, allegedly.
Look, that was a storyline that played on cable television at the time. But yeah, I mean,
right.
So I'm
but the story's out there
But that was a
Right.
storyline. And the more you start, there's been a lot of people showing up just posting 20-year-old clips like, wow, this brings a whole new context to this fucking creepy clip that he did. So I don't know. I wonder, what was it? Did Carla say sort of like Harvey Weinstein? Yeah,
Yeah.
it does kind of feel a little bit like that. And I wonder how many other people are going to fall, because there's no way, in my opinion, that there's only 2 people in an entire company that know about this. Right?
Well,
There's a
that was
lot of people that have to look the other way for this to go on for that long.
well, that was another question I wanted to ask you. Well, kind of related to that, because I think you're right that there are definitely, it implicates a lot of people. You kind of maybe touched on this a little bit with like explaining the TKO acquisition shit, blah blah blah. When I was more aware of wrestling and like more of a fan of wrestling, his, and I think you already said something about his daughter. Yeah, you did. Wasn't his family somewhat involved in the business? Like Triple H is married to his daughter, right?
Yep.
So what does this mean in terms of, okay, so what if Vince McMahon steps down from this, that, or the third, whatever? I mean, he's old enough that it doesn't matter anyways, honestly, because he's old. He's just going to die.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like the power dynamic, or thinking like, is Vince really out? Aren't his family members involved enough that is he really out ever?
No, well, that's the thing. For the first time in almost 50 years, there are 0 McMahons involved in the WWE whatsoever. I mean, his son-in-law is the head of creative, but his son resigned a long time ago, and now a lot of people are speculating it's because of this, that he knew this shit was going on and couldn't stop it, so he left. I don't know. That could be,
So the son could be
revisionist history.
The son could potentially be a good guy that left because he thought his dad was disgusting, not that he was actually involved with anything that his dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it could be either way, I guess.
It could be
right?
either way. It's just I've seen some reports that are, who knows, some of this stuff could just be made up because people are trying to catch a storyline. But that's what I've read is that, so he's out. His daughter's been out. His daughter left when he forced his way back in the last time, I think, or something around there. So I'm not completely up to speed. Like I said, I had a lot of people help me out, get me up to speed with this story. But yeah, it's pretty heinous. But as far as the impact on the business, he needed to go away a long time ago, whether he was a creep or not, because he was an old man with terrible ideas at this point. Now, where it will impact them negatively, they had to remove it. They're giving him the Chris Benoit treatment, probably rightfully so. For those of you who don't remember, Chris Benoit was the wrestler who, trigger warning, murdered his wife and young son and then killed himself. And so, they don't ever talk about any of the things that he did. If he did something in history, it just does not exist. And
Because
so they're probably,
because he had allegations prior to all that happening, right?
well, no, it was just because he murdered his family. So they're just like, you're done. We're not going to talk about you. And now Vince, because of these allegations,
I get what you're
that's
saying.
what I'm saying. They are white. They've removed his page from their website already. So there's probably, for a good few years in the 90s, that Attitude Era where WWE was at its peak, Vince McMahon was the main bad guy in the storyline. So there is so much
and that's what all
content they
those,
won't revisit, I imagine, because you won't ever
that's what
want
all
to show
the
him again.
soy faces and gifs and shit and memes of Vince McMahon are from, right? When he was like super into it back in the day. Carla asked, what about those people he said were enjoying the pictures, videos, like from the 12 from the tech team? Because yeah, he was showing these to people, right? Like the videos and stuff. So these people are just probably going to resign and leave and blah, blah, blah. I'm sure.
Yeah, I would think the ones that aren't found out will probably resign quietly. And the ones that are will probably do what they can to be let go as quietly as possible over the coming days. But yeah, and it was some awful things that he was basically suggesting to the 12 of them that they could all go 3 at a time. And then he said, she might try to say no, but it'll be awfully hard with a phrasing. Trigger warning.
Yeah, right.
With a chicken down her throat. How about I'll say it that way?
Okay.
But he said that he in a text to her. He's like, and this is what I said to the guys. So it's, dude, it's so fucking weird, man.
So top tier level creep.
Yeah,
needless to
just some of
say.
the most depraved shit I've ever heard.
Is there
unbelievable?
It's just like the thing about it is all allegations or whatever. I guess you have to say that, but it's pretty damning when you have like, you know, NDAs and shit and blah blah blah. It's like you're hiding something. When it comes out with all this, like maybe some of what she said is embellished or not exactly true, but it's hard to believe that he's gonna be like innocent after all this.
Also the text messages, because I talked to someone who previously worked at a courthouse, and they said that text messages are a pretty easy thing to disprove. So if the text messages made it to the document, that's pretty solid evidence there. So at
not
the
edited.
That's not gonna make it into a court document. So that's also not a very good sign for him, the fact that those text messages exist. So yeah, I would say, and again, I think the text messages on their own they're enough for me to be like, yeah, that's like, fuck off, dude, go away, can't go away fast enough.
You know what this is, Kevin? This is the fucking people's elbow, dude, and I'm giving it to fucking Vince McMahon tonight.
That's right, dude. Yeah,
Vince, elbow, give him a choke slam.
Vince just fucked The Rock's presidential chances. For the good thing he's not running until 2028.
No, you know, would be the least surprising thing is after all this blows over, Vince McMahon runs for president. He'll be in the right age range. He's
going to run for president of
Trump announces him as his vice president after this. He's like, don't worry, Vince will beat all the allegations. He's a great man, powerful man. I'm sure they're buddies too. I've actually seen pictures of them together, and he's been on there before.
No, they are buddies. Absolutely. The first,
yeah, of course.
Two of the first WrestleManias early on were held in Trump Plaza.
Yeah, brother.
Trump's been in WWE. They had a major storyline where they had a hair versus hair match, and Vince McMahon lost, so Donald Trump shaved his head. Yeah, they're like, Vince McMahon's wife was part of Trump's cabinet. I think she was like the secretary.
Wow. I didn't even know that. Interesting.
Ripping us off. I can't remember what it was. Small business or some shit.
The secretary of trafficking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fucking A.
She let one slip under the radar, apparently.
Yeah,
that's not that funny.
Okay? Yeah, that's how bad things were at home. She went and took a government job. Jesus, can you imagine? Willingly wanting to work for a government? That's crazy.
All right, let's lighten up the mood a little bit, okay? Nicki Minaj. Right. Yeah, right. I need another palate cleanser. Nicki Minaj, she was beefing with Ben Shapiro. We saw that earlier, but she's been threatening to drop a track on Megan Thee Stallion. Now, I'm not 100% aware of what Megan and Nicki's beef is. Maybe that they're like direct ripoffs of each other. But let's see if we can glean anything from some of these messages. We'll go to this one specifically where she's arguing with a news source on Twitter. Nicki is. But then we'll go to Nicki's page and kind of scroll and see some of her tweets lately about this whole situation. It's kind of funny. So here, Pop Bass says initially, cover art for Nicki Minaj's Megan Thee Stallion diss track Bigfoot. So good to see that we're not the only ones employing AI artists here. Shouts out to Nicki Minaj for that cover art there. Nicki says, who the fuck said diss track? Don't play tonight. Fix your tweet.
Damn.
So Nicki upset about the phrasing there. I guess that diss track was inappropriate, but Pop Bass comes in down here and says, well, what do you call it then? So I love it that she's having this back and forth with fucking with news sources about what the fuck's going on with her beef. If we pull it up here, I'll go to her Twitter and we'll just see some of the some of her shit talking to old Megan Thee Stallion here. Kind of funny. First, it's this. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. PST, hashtag Bigfoot. So I think that might be out by now. But she shows the little art and then shows a picture of, I guess this is Megan Thee Stallion crying. So
this is yeah, okay. I mean, it's all right. Well played, I think. I don't know.
Well played, I think. It looks like she's having a release party for something here soon. Who cares about that?
Right? That's what I'm saying.
She changed the time, actually. The song will be out at 9 p.m. My bad. So if you're waiting with bated breath, you still got like 4 hours until Nicki's Not a Diss Track song about
what kind of late work are you doing on your song? Yeah, that's so weird. Like usually by the time you set a release date, the work is done, right? Like I don't log in and say, "Oh guys, I got an album coming out in March," and meanwhile I haven't recorded any of the fucking tracks yet. No, that means the album is done, the artwork is done, the mastering is done, and I've sent it off and picked a date. Like there's no more work to be done now.
Well,
is there a typo or something? She got to go. Like, what do you mean?
The funny thing about it,
come on, dude.
The funny thing about it, in some of these tweets, she's been going on about how she's had the track done for days. So I do think it's kind of funny that
then post it.
About 3 hours ago, she delayed it. So yeah, it does seem like there's something going on there. This one she retweeted from a fan. 2018 Barb's waking up from hibernation. So the lions are out to protect old Nicki here.
Yeah.
Nicki says, also released the acapella for producers around the world to make their own beat to Bigfoot. The generous queen will always remain generous. What y'all doing?
Actually, can you send me that? Can you DM me that?
Yeah, you want one of those?
Dude, why? She said she wants someone to make a beat on it. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make a new one. I'm just going to find one. I'm going to figure out what the tempo is. I'm just going to sync it to something else.
But even more going back and back with some of these news sources, she said, Pop Bass says, Nicki Minaj says she has 5 extra songs ready if Megan Thee Stallion denies anything said on her new track, Bigfoot. Made sure they said new track and not diss track.
That's weird, bro. That's very, they got a big problem. I bet they were, sounds like, Danny, they were probably, do you think they were banging the same dude? This is like very personal. She's like, I got 5 backup tracks in case you try to refute anything I said. Like that, I dare say, Danny, that's leans on the side of obsession to me, does it not? She's got an entire EP about this person.
She says after the first one drop, if that pussy ass hoe so much as breathe wrong, I'm gonna empty the clip. If that pussy ass hoe deny one thing I say, I'm posting every fucking receipt known to man. 5. Yes, you heard me. 5 extra songs. We've been waiting on you, hoe. Play hashtag Pink Friday 2 nonstop. So it's what it really is, Kevin. And you know, you as a wrestling fan and the Vince McMahon before this might give away the game, but a little bit of kayfabe. X doubt on that beef. I think it's one of those engineered ones, you know. Get hype up for them. Pink Friday 2, baby.
Next, she's gonna get a tattoo of Megan's face on her face or something.
Right. Yeah. Like normal people do. Like Krayshawn Rock and Blueface here, which typically would be people that every time I bring them up, I feel like I say, don't really care or know who the fuck they are. But since Kevin said it.
Yep. These people exist. There we go. I should have put them on the thumbnail.
Right. I mean, I guess we probably should have. Yeah.
It looks fake to me, by the way.
It could be.
That's CGI.
CGI, baby.
I think that's fake.
Yeah. Interesting.
I think that's fake. Either way, I sound like my dad right now. That tattoo is incredibly stupid. I don't know why you'd put something like that on your body.
Honestly, like,
let alone your cheek. You know, on your shoulder, whatever. Fuck it.
Not the worst portrait I've ever seen. You know, captures his ugly essence pretty fucking well, right on the side of her face.
Not the worst face tattoo either, I guess. You know, maybe I'll do that. Instead of having a beard, Danny, I'll just like get like Mount Rushmore tattooed here. So it always looks like I got, you know, I can, any of these spots that thin out, you know, I can just tattoo
Right,
that.
right.
Good,
Interesting.
it's a great idea. It's a great idea.
I'm gonna do the tattoo thing where the hair tattoos. I think we've talked about
Fousey?
that
You
before.
gonna do a Fousey?
We need to do the Fousey. Some people do the freckle tattoos, which I already have authentic freckles. You just can't see them like you can when somebody gets a fucking needle driven into their face 100 times.
Dude, the number of people that I know either grew up with as a kid or whatever that had freckles and hated them for me to see. Like I got some people I would love to reach out. I haven't talked to them long enough. I'm not gonna be like, hey, how do you feel about this phenomena? You know, it's not like that. But man, there are some people I'd love to hear their opinions on the fact that people are paying money to get freckles tattooed. I know some people who probably would have paid to have their freckles removed.
Yeah, I got teased as a kid about freckles. Of course I did. Of course, among other things. You know?
Well,
Like-
kids
like-
aren't very smart.
Like when I, pooped my pants in class that one time. They made fun of me for that. Can you believe it?
Oh, well, that would happen.
Not cool. Sometimes you can't hold it any longer, okay? It's not fair. Not fair at all. The climate change people are back at it again, Kevin, okay? How many times have we seen somebody sit in the middle of the road, throw a can of soup on a fucking picture, fucking ink blots splattered all over the fucking
Oh yeah, or like glue their hand to a basketball court or something. Yeah.
Exactly. All of these climate change protesters, they come up with something new every day, but this time they decided to go back to basics, I guess you would say. They got a little throwback here, and definitely reminds me of some of the other clips we've watched before. Feels like a little deja vu, I guess. The poor Mona Lisa.
I mean, honestly, based. That's such an overrated painting.
Fuck the Mona Lisa. Okay, I always wondered why this
I don't know
bitch,
what they're saying. What are they saying? Is that
I always
German?
wondered, Kevin, what the fuck is up with Mona Lisa? Okay, me, if somebody wanted to paint a picture of me and they're like, hey, do you want to sit so I can make a portrait of you, a famous portrait like that? Guess what? Look at what I'm doing in all those pictures. What am I doing in all those pictures? I'm fucking smiling, Mona. Okay, Mona. I'm smiling because that's what you do when you get a portrait made of you. You smile for the camera, okay? You bitch. What was so wrong? Okay? What was there to be so mad about, Mona, back in the day when somebody graciously asked, like, wow, can I please paint you? You're so beautiful.
Can you please sit still for the next 4 days so I can paint you?
And you sat there with that fucking look on your face like, this guy wants to paint me?
What a fucking creep. It's because he was ugly.
Jeez.
Listen, if he were attractive, it might have been weird but cute. But because he was ugly, he gets that weird side-eye stare. You understand? There's levels to it. You gotta be very careful when you're a creepy painter. All right. At least he didn't cut his ear off and send it to her. But honestly, ladies, just don't date painters. All right. Or fellas, don't date lady painters. Just painters in general, just stay away from them. You forgot the eyebrows.
I'm pretty down with this, honestly. Fuck the Mona Lisa, okay?
What's the deal with these?
Anyways, we need a new Mona Lisa.
Like, what are these ladies doing with the holding the?
It's one of my panels. It's one of my.
I was about to say they took the panels out of the studio. This is the real reason we didn't go live in studio the other.
They're
week.
meat shields, dude. They're meat shields. They're like, no more, please, no more soup.
I bet their parents are beefing on Discord chats instead of taking care of them. This is, honestly, like I said, based. Mona Lisa's overrated. It's
fucking bitch.
It's just a self-portrait of some lady. Like, there's a million better paintings in the world.
Such a bitch. That Mona Lisa. I'll never forgive her, honestly.
If anything, I'm more upset about the waste of a fine bowl of cheddar broccoli than I am.
Is that what it was?
Painting.
I thought it was like a fall squash or something. It was kind of a.
Ooh, in that
like
case,
a pumpkin orange looking,
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, it's a complete win.
Unless it was some kind of nuclear, broccoli and cheddar. I don't know what they got going on over there in wherever they were throwing soup at Mona Lisa.
Well, you know, Danny, I found that food in other countries looks a lot different because it's real. Whereas here, everything is processed and has dye added to
Oh
it.
yeah.
Like those Fantas.
Well,
Have you ever seen a real Fanta?
You got me, dude. We must there must be something going on up here because
Nice.
my Google search, as you say that, Fanta versus US versus UK. I mean, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it blew my mind. I was in Germany once on a connecting flight, and I picked up some. There was like a Hasbro store there's like a whole gummy bear store in the airport, and so I got some. You know, at the time I thought they were gummy bears I couldn't get in the States. I got home and found out I found them like a week later. But anyway, I got a Fanta, which was way different because they actually use. Well, I think it probably says it right there, doesn't it? Because
there's some orange juice in it. It says it contains actual juice, which explains why it looks closer to genuine orange juice. I thought when I was first shared this picture, I thought that they do like a Sunny D ripoff, but apparently it's not like that. It's carbonated and everything too.
Oh, it's so good, so much better.
Not Sunny D, huh? You tried it, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they taste different, Carla, and yeah, ours was. Oh, go ahead. Ours is far inferior. I much prefer
inferior
the one with the real juice. Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
I have yet to have a
take.
Fanta. I've never had one stateside since I had that one touch of glory. You know,
that's a hot take, Kevin. There's not often that we say something going on in the UK is better than what we do here in the US. So super hot take.
But it only happens once every couple 100 years, I think. What are we, around 250 now?
Yeah, right.
You guys were due. No.
There you go. Okay, so let's get one more. Let's squeeze one more in here before we. Let's squeeze a couple more in here. Okay, we got time. We got time. You shared this, and it kind of. I wanted to share it because I thought rip, Uga or Uga. How do you say that,
dude? Right? I guess is it Uga? I don't know.
Uga.
I just thought like why's PETA got beef with bulldogs like this?
Right. So let me read what it says exactly. So the image here says rip Uga. Let's just say Uga. That sounds better.
Chaka, ooh,
yeah, exactly.
On a feeling.
Exactly. Rip Uga. He struggled to breathe every day of his entire life. Uga, University of Georgia's retired mascot, died this morning. The University of Georgia promotes chronically suffering, breathing impaired breeds and the cruel dog breeding industry by using an English bulldog as its symbol. I mean, is it the only? Isn't the Browns like a fucking bulldog too?
No,
I guess it doesn't matter, but
they don't have an actual dog. But yeah, didn't you know, Danny, that the only reason that version of the dog exists is for this one college? You know that? That if it weren't for this college having this mascot, they would actually go out and they would mass murder all of the bulldogs because that's what's better for them. It's hard for them to breathe, Danny, so therefore they don't deserve to live, which I thought was a very weird take from PETA. I thought they were pro animal. I didn't realize they were into some like weird dog genocide where they were like, we need to get rid of all English bulldogs. Now I will say there are a couple of flat-faced French bulldogs in my extended family. And those two adorable fuckers don't seem to be suffering at all, despite them snorting every third breath. They seem to be very happy with life. So I don't know, man. If you want to say live animals shouldn't be sports mascots, I might be like, all right, fine. That's weird. Why do you care? I doubt they're being abused. That's a weird take, but fine. But they're promoting this breed that shouldn't exist, man. Fuck you, dude. I love an English bulldog. All right, so get fucked, PETA.
Let's be real, PETA.
Respectfully,
okay?
Of course.
Let's be real, PETA. The dogs are here, okay? Uga is here, so I'm not gonna not show Uga love. He's already here. with no fault to his own. Okay, Uga didn't do anything. He didn't make himself just pop on this earth. Okay,
right? Yeah, we're gonna
it's
ship
not
them all to
Uga's fault.
space. You know, no
It's
more
not Uga's
bulldogs.
fault. But Harles was right. Community Notes says there has never been a report that Uga suffered or struggled to breathe, and he lived a normal lifespan for his breed. So fuck you, PETA. Okay, fuck off. Uga was a fucking great dog. I mean, I can't I don't know enough about dogs and like how the breeds work or whatever, yada yada. I obviously know, and I've heard from I have a buddy of mine that's like he's big on dogs and like dog training and all this stuff. So he's into the ethics of breeding dogs too, or at least he's talked about it to me. And I get the idea of like there are some fuckers out there that do this dog breeding that poor dogs get produced that are like fucked from the rip, you know what I mean? If they got mascots from rescues,
great solution. Yeah,
beautiful. But so I get that that's like a bad thing. I know what PETA's trying to get at is like, yeah, we don't want somebody overbreeding dogs to make one that comes out that can barely fucking lift itself off the ground or breathe. Of course, that wasn't the case with Uga here, so it's bullshit. Anyways, to say that.
Yeah, you know, the University of Georgia, they're going to those shifty little dog farms they find in a Facebook group, right? It's like you're going after the wrong people here, PETA. Right. You might even if your intentions are good, your aim is so far off. Whoever posted this just came across as like an out of touch Karen to me, and I haven't used that word in about 2 years. You know?
I think that even who posted this was a little disingenuous themselves. Like they posted this thing and that whole fucking bullshit because they knew that it's like hype for PETA. Not necessarily hype, but you know, no press is bad press. It's like,
well, especially on Twitter.
Every once in a while, I feel like PETA comes out with one of these heaters where they say something that seems like it's completely out of left field, like completely fucking, what the fuck are you guys even talking about? But then it gets the conversation going. I mean, like they plot these things. It's like, you know, they might be off base with this, but then now people are talking about PETA again.
Yeah, I will say, but yeah, which is you're right.
PETA has always been
it's just a bold strategy, PETA. We'll see if it pays off for him.
Shouts out to my short that got banned from TikTok, but YouTube loves it. Where I went over PETA and their practices on a young woman in the middle of a crowd where they were ripping her fur off of her live and she was screaming. She's like dressed up like a lamb laying out, and there's a guy that's just like
I remember that one.
Her fur off. Just, ah!
It would be more, I think it'd be more it would look more realistic if she was getting a haircut with an electric razor. Like, have you ever seen they don't rip
maybe they were. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
lamb's hair out.
Maybe they were.
They give it a haircut.
Hey, I don't want to defame PETA, okay? Maybe they were using clippers, but for some reason that was putting the poor lamb or sheep thing through pain. It was a person with
I'll tell you who's a fucking sheep. Whoever's running this goddamn PETA Twitter account is the fucking sheep, okay?
It's the same person that runs the Drama Alert account.
God, yeah, right? Jesus, couple of bots. From some NPCs over here.
There you go. Anyways, this is the end of the show, folks. We're here 2 hours in.
Suck it, PETA. Mic
suck
drop.
It, PETA. Mic drop. I like that. Let's just go. Actually, that's it. See you guys. No, we got to go through chat here. Okay. So let's get chat going. We've got Hash right at the top. Ayo. Ayo. Carla says hi. Thanks for stopping in, Carla.
Shouts out.
We've got Brandon. What's up, Kev? What up, Danny?
Brandon?
Don't forget about only mistakes here. 2 eggs and 2 dinosaurs, huh?
Ooh, which one was the T-Rex, dude?
Is he calling us old? Is that what that is? Dinosaurs?
Probably, yeah.
Interesting.
Couple of dinosaur eggs. I see. Okay.
Disco Dick says, sup, Clout route, thanks to the AI spelling there. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So like
that's
looks like half of those AI images
spelling.
we get. Yeah, or the Clout root.
Let's see. Unban Hashish shouts out to. Never mind. Maybe we'll get Hashish a seat in the chat if he can behave himself for next week. Okay. Let's do that. Let's see if we can work on that. Okay. Maybe I'll do that. Schopenhauer says, what? You love children?
Yeah, good to hear from you, Shoppy.
Let's see. Kangalope says evening, and Kangalope says, I think he was trying to sound like Jacksepticeye. That's that old Mama Max.
Like and subscribe.
Hitting that Jacksepticeye.
Share to your fellow Leviathans.
Sometimes, every time I hear it, almost it's like, what?
Yeah, like who was like, dude, it would be really good for your true crime documentary knockoff is if you said, do you want to play a game
with the Leviathans? It's like the Leviathans. There are Leviathans out here. Like, what? Come on, dude.
That one, I think. See, the vampire guy allegedly is the first one to say that he had Leviathans that he was sending. So it was supposed to be like an inside.
Gotcha.
But as we've established, my head canon is that that's just an ARG Max has been writing anyway, and that this Rasheed Wallace, Jared the completionist Davis, whoever this fucking guy is supposed to be, I don't know if he even exists at all. Which is a damn shame if he does. Look at how ridiculous this whole thing, and look what you did, Max. Good work. Great job.
You make sure that you credit Smaggle Daggle for that Gerard the completionist joke, because he got mad that Mama Max put his, or no, it wasn't Mama Max, it was Oompaville put that comment. The Smaggle made the comment, Gerard the completionist Davis, and Oompaville put that tweet in his video, but then blurred the name.
He blurred the name? Well, because I was like, first of all, I don't think that was the first. I've heard multiple instances of that joke.
I mean, I'm not saying he's the first, but it was funny to see him. His actual tweet got put in the Oompaville, but he blurred the name.
Like, what a shithead, dude. For me, first of all, you can't trust a guy whose facial hair is like that. Like, he looks like he just crawled out of a trailer park, Oompaville. So, of course, why would you trust him?
Well, he is one of these guys, though, that will be like, don't trust YouTubers. YouTubers suck, blah, blah, blah. So I guess...
in his Mama Max video, he used Slug's footage, and he's like, yeah, there's this Slug guy. I probably won't remember to put the link in the description. It's like, dude, you got 2 million subscribers. Like, it was Slug, so I didn't really care.
Yeah, it's like,
but it's like
Slug.
But it's like, dude, you got 2 million. You said it yourself. You pay editor. You can't pay one of your editors to just actually write a description, you lazy fuck.
Maybe he knew more than he's letting on. Maybe he knew more than he was letting on. And that joke kind of was like a sly way of being like, yeah, fuck that Slug guy, by the way. He's like, maybe I'll put your...
Based then. I take it all back. I'm on your side now. Although, your facial hair is a little triggering. It reminds me of my hometown. All right. Just looks like every person I grew up with, Fucking hillbilly.
Harl says, damn, some people just can't stick to capybaras. Okay, wouldn't we all be better if we just had how do you say it? Is it cappy or capybaras?
When I thought that said copy pastas earlier.
Pastas.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
It's kind of what I said the first time. Capybaras, not not to be confused with capybaras, the animal. Capybaras are actually they're copy pasta adjacent. It's about cute animals instead of creepy things.
Oh, wait. Carla brings up something that was on the thumbnail. She says, isn't, I'm assuming Oompaville? Is Oompaville dating Nikocado? No, because
at one point, maybe
getting remarried again. How long are they going to keep? I can't. Nick and Orlin. Was it Orlin?
It is Orlin, yeah. And it's still Orlin, because even back when we were memeing on Nikocado in the early days, It was Orland back then that he was doing all this shit with, the other chubby guy that he hangs out with all the time. And back
Why
then
we can't break
they were
up?
like,
Why we're getting married?
exactly. Back then they were saying, "Fuck you, Orland. I'm done with you. You treat me like shit. Fuck you."
Bah,
And
I said extra cheese. Where is the
There you go.
cheese?
So there you go. Yeah, I forgot about the Nikocado. We didn't quite get there, but that's the update. Let's see. We said Harles, we said Kango, we said Carla, we said Hash. Thank you all for filling up that chat. Only mistakes,
Oh, yeah.
Choppy, anyone that we missed. Carla says the last comment here. Oh, sorry. I saw some Oompaville video and they were really close. I just assumed.
You might be right. You know, we can't rule it out.
I think once upon a time, maybe. I think once upon a time, you know, Nikocado was like, I'll do a couple of videos with you, Oompa, but
I think Oompa
gotta
did
do
a
me a
video
favor.
about Nick's OnlyFans way back in the day. That might have started something up.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
That's how this podcast got started. Danny was like, "Hey, can you give me some feedback on my OnlyDance?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, but it'll have to be in person." You know,
I figured I would reach out to a close personal friend of mine to get comment on my OnlyFans. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being here. Tuesday is episode 100. Get that episode 100 hype going because it'll be some kind of special episode. I think it'll be more of an episode. You know, I'm gonna try to work some interesting things in here and there, but I want it to mostly be just me and Kevin sitting here shooting the shit, talking to you guys about, you know, how 100 episodes of the show has went, maybe some things we like, maybe some things we don't like, you know, reminiscing, having a good old time with chat. We love to do that.
couple of guys being dudes, maybe giving ourselves the Clout route treatment. Maybe, maybe we'll get to make fun of some old Clout content. Who knows?
There you go. So we will catch you guys all on Tuesday. Make sure you're there. Don't miss it. We appreciate you. Peace.
Bye.